When fire erupts in the wild across forests, hills, and grasslands, it spreads with a hunger that cannot be reasoned with. It climbs trees, jumps rivers, and races with the wind. And when the roads end, and the ground burns too fast for fire trucks to follow, the fight shifts to the skies. Above the smoke, in the chaos, a low rumble begins. It grows louder, closer, until a dark silhouette cuts through the haze. A helicopter, carrying not weapons, but water. These are aerial firefighters, the helicopters that fight wildfires from above. Not for show, not for spectacle, but to save land, homes, and lives when every second counts. Filling the sky with water. Each helicopter is equipped with a bucket or tank capable of carrying anywhere from 500 to 10,000 liters of water. The bucket, often called a Bambi bucket, hangs below the aircraft on a long cable. In seconds, the pilot can dip into a lake, river, or portable tank, filling it with precision. Some helicopters, like the Sikorsky S-64 Skycrane, have built-in tanks and can refill mid-air using a snorkel system. Others, like the Bell 412, use external buckets and land to refill in tight terrain. Once filled, the helicopter turns toward the blaze, guided by spotters, GPS mapping, and the pilot's experience. Flying low over trees and valleys, sometimes just 30 meters above the flames, the pilot must judge wind speed, flame behavior, and terrain, then release the water exactly where it's needed. It takes skill, timing, and nerves of steel. The fire zones in California, helicopters skim the surface of Lake Oroville before soaring into the Sierra Nevada foothills, where dry brush ignites with the flick of a spark. In Australia, they dive between ridges in Victoria, dropping water on eucalypt forests as embers leap across highways. In Greece, they refill from the Aegean Sea, racing to mountain villages trapped by flame. In Israel's Jerusalem Hills, Turkey's pine forests, Chile's Andes, and the Canadian Rockies, the story is the same. Smoke rises, roads vanish, and helicopters take over. The aircraft, machines built for fire. Each aircraft is chosen for strength, speed, and precision. Erickson S-64 Skycrane, a flying giant capable of dropping nearly 10,000 liters at once. Known for its accuracy, especially in urban interface fires. H-47 Chinook, twin-rotor, military-grade, capable of carrying dual buckets. Often used in major wildfire events for bulk water drops. UH-60 Black Hawk Firehawk, fast, agile, and versatile, used in both fire suppression and rescue missions. Kamov K-32, Bell 212's 412 Mi-8 workhorses in Europe, Asia, and Latin America, perfect for mountainous and rural terrains. The human side. Pilots and crews. Behind every helicopter is a highly trained crew, pilots, mechanics, and aerial coordinators. Many are veterans, most have flown into conditions few would dare. Their day starts before sunrise and often ends long after dark. In one shift, a pilot might make 30 to 50 water drops, each one calculated, precise, and potentially life-saving. Communication is constant, with air traffic control, ground crews, and other aircraft. The airspace over a wildfire is carefully choreographed. One wrong move can be fatal. These pilots face thick smoke, blinding sun, powerful updrafts, and intense turbulence. But still they fly, because someone on the ground needs them. More than just drops. Sometimes helicopters aren't just water carriers, they're rescue lifelines. When roads are cut off, helicopters are the only way to reach trapped civilians or injured firefighters. Hoist operations are launched. Medical supplies are dropped, lives are pulled from danger, mid-air. Others coordinate from above, using thermal imaging cameras to detect fire movement, mapping hotspots, and guiding ground crews through the safest routes. Each mission is unique. Each fire, unpredictable. When water meets flame. A water drop doesn't always kill the fire, but it can knock it down. It slows the flames. It cools the hotspots. It creates space for hand crews to dig fire lines or evacuate homes. In some cases, just one drop can save an entire neighborhood. In others, it takes hundreds, wave after wave, to bring the blaze under control. Even fire retardants are sometimes used, not to extinguish flames, but to stop them from spreading, especially near towns or forests at risk. As climate change increases the frequency and intensity of wildfires, these helicopters have become global heroes. Countries share them, rent them, and deploy them in international partnerships. In Canada, France, Brazil, South Korea, the same scene repeats. Flames rise and from above help arrives. A thunder of rotors, a streak of water, a moment of hope. A symbol of strength. When you look up and see a helicopter over a burning hillside, it's more than just a machine. It's a signal that the fight is not over, that someone, somewhere, is doing everything they can to stop the fire from taking more. These helicopters may not always win the war against wildfire, but they slow the enemy, they give us time, and often that's enough to turn tragedy into survival. These are the helicopters that carry water, but they also carry hope. From desert valleys to alpine forests, they are the winged guardians of our land, flying through fire so that others don't have to. Would you